Hey everybody, it is Rex the dog. So on Monday the 18th, noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. Central European time, we're gonna be watching the live stream of the Game Awards nomination special. We'll be hanging out here in fursuit. We'll be talking about the nominations as they come in and then hanging around afterwards and rambling on because it's an excuse to talk about video games. I don't particularly put much, kind of like stock in award shows and awards, especially the Game Awards specifically as well. It gives like, I think the sort of, like the academy of, critics and journalists who pick them, they give like really big weighting to kind of like regular publications like Entertainment Weekly and like the New York Times and stuff, and sometimes if you read these reviews of these games you're like, what the hell? So I don't really put much stock into kind of the outcome that comes from them. I also do have some problems with the show of how it's notoriously kind of just like a long advert. I understand that pays for the show. And also how they cut off these people speaking and whatever. It's kind of annoying. But I like it as I kind of like the pomp and circumstance and the stage and the orchestra, and I don't know, I like all that stuff, and I like it being an excuse to talk about the video games that came out over the year, because over the year I play a lot of the video games, and I like the medium and the art form, and I like talking about games, and it being able to talk about things I like is one of the reasons that this YouTube channel exists and continues to exist, because I like talking about these sorts of things, and it's why I especially like the live streams so much, because I get to, in real time talk to some of you lovely people about your opinions. Anyway, on Monday we're gonna be looking at those nominations for the Game Awards. I think it's gonna be a fun time. I wonder if something crazy and controversial happens, and then of course on December 12th, Thursday, December 12th, we'll live stream the awards ceremony itself, which of course will be quite late for me here in Europe, so I'll try and stay awake and all that stuff. But if it's a real snoozer, I'll be like, oh my god. But no, I'll adjust my kind of sleeping schedule accordingly, so we can check that out. But anyway, there's news, okay? Reason I wanted to talk today is they kind of posted a few things about the Game Awards, and one of the things people have always kind of talked about is remakes / remasters, Now for me, those kind of terms are like thrown around, like people are like, oh, can Resident Evil 4 Remake be nominated? And it's like, come on, that's like a completely, that's like a new game, right? There's kind of this distinction between remakes and remasters, and people, I guess, was it last year, people were like, can The Last of Us Part 1 be nominated, for anything? And it's like, because that is kind of more of a tweak, an upgrade, whatever. And that's kind of always been a thing of like, where do they draw the line on, remakes, remasters, repackages, and DLCs? Well, they released this statement. They said, it's in like a FAQ, sort of like Q&A section on the website. It says, are DLCs, expansion packs, and remakes / remasters eligible? And underneath it says, the Game Awards aims to recognize the best creative and technical work each year. Irrespective of the format of that content's release, expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are eligible in all categories. So what, like a new season of a game? Like Overwatch Season 316 can be nominated for Game of the Year again? If the jury deems the new creative and technical work to be a worthy nomination, factors such as the newness of the content and its price / value should be taken into consideration. This means that the Shadow of the Earth Tree, this means that the Elden Ring DLC is going to be there. It's going to be there. I think it's going to be in the frickin' Game of the Year category. I think we're going to see Elden Ring like pop up in a bunch of different places across the... well, I haven't really thought about the categories, but I think it's going to pop up in a few different places across the award ceremony. across the nominations, and I think it's specifically going to be in the Game of the Year. So now when I'm kind of thinking, I think they do 7, right? I think they do 7 Game of the Year nominations. Like I think that's how many. I think there's like an extra one in the main. You know, this is the Game of the Year. I think we're gonna have Elden Ring DLC there. I think we're gonna have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in there, which is, I love that, man. It's probably my Game of the Year. I freaking love that. I think we're gonna have. I haven't played it, but just based on kind of response, and it's won before, and it's like big Western game, and it's meant to be pretty good. I think Dragon Age is gonna show its face there. I think it would be crazy if Astrobot didn't, which was sick. We played that here on the channel. I think Astrobot will be there. I think we are going to see... I think there's a real good chance Silent Hill 2's there. Kind of taking that sort of like Alan Wake spot, you know what I mean? Like, I think Silent Hill 2 is going to be there. I think that's got a good chance of being there. If it's not, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's going to be there. Based on response, Metaphor, the new Atlas game is getting, I think that'll be in there. Which I haven't played that, but I'd love to. I'd love to. I know it's going to be like a 60 to 80 hour sort of experience, but I'd love to play that when I got the time. In between sort of other games and whatever. And what else we got, man? What else has been hot this year? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon Age, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Astrobot, Elden Ring. And I don't know what else off the top of my head. But anyway, I think that Elden Ring DLC is going to be in there. What do you guys make of that? Does that sit weird with you? That we can get, like... We can have, like, DLCs? And I'm going to feel so bad if I'm forgetting, like, a really sick game I really enjoyed this year. I'm going to feel really bad. But, how do you guys sit with that? This whole DLC thing, it feels weird to me. I don't like it. I don't know. I just like kind of inherently... Again, I say that I don't really care about these Game Awards, and I kind of don't. But if I had a choice, I kind of don't vibe with it. I'd rather it was sort of its own category, and we kept that in a box. You know, because don't they have, like... You know, like, best ongoing or best live service game or something like that? Like, and that covers those, like, new season things, like they said there. But I feel like those DLC or expansion packs, I feel that should be its own category. And you know, if it was its own category, because as much as these people like love their Metacritic scores, some of these companies love and these studios love their Game of the Year award wins or nominations, it would be something for them to strive to. And as a consequence of that, it would possibly lead us to higher quality sort of DLC packs and stuff like that, because some of the stuff we get, it kind of feels like a con, doesn't it? Anyway. Short little thing to announce, we're hanging out on Monday. Short little thing to announce, of course, we'll be hanging out in December when there's the actual ceremony. And what are your opinions on this DLC thing? Do you think it's weird? And do you think that Shad the Urchery is going to win Game of the Year? It feels like it's kind of low-key possible. Peace out, guys. Mwah!